We need to talk about this microphone that I'm using right now. This microphone is something that I've been waiting for a long time to take my vlogging game from where it is now and ramp it up production-wise. At $59.99, can this microphone replace my current microphone, the MOVO VXR10 Pro? I mean, let's find out, honestly. Quick thing at the beginning of this video, MOVO did send me this microphone for free to make a video on. In no way is this video paid for or sponsored by MOVO. My thoughts and opinion are my own about this. I've had the double mic for about a month at this point, testing it out on the weekends, and I've had a mixed experience using the mic. It still has that same audio that I've come to love and really admire from MOVO, and a cheap price and a small form factor with something that doesn't need a battery. It's just one of those great things to put on your camera and not have to worry about if you turn on the on switch, because for someone like me that forgets to even set my ISO or frame rate correctly before recording, it really sucked to just not have any audio for the recording. So what sets this microphone apart from the other shotgun mics in this price point and just overall is the fact of the name, double microphone. There's two mics built into one body on this microphone. So there's one facing forward and one facing rear. This allows you to record audio from whatever in front of you or behind you. You may not want to record audio all the time in both directions, so there's actually a switch on the top that lets you choose between front audio recording, rear audio, or recording both front and back audio at the same time. A little bit more about this feature because this is where I got disappointed in this microphone. So one of my biggest gripes about the double mic is that it doesn't have a removable cable from it. The cable is soldered directly to it. It doesn't have a removable cable like the VXR10 or the VXR10 Pro. With this, it's connected all the time, 24/7, one cable. However, this cable is capable of plugging into either a camera or a smartphone. So whether you want to record with your phone or your camera, it doesn't matter, one cable, which I understand why MOVO went with this implementation. You do have a headphone jack on the side of the, I don't even know if you can see that. I'll just throw in like a macro shot, but there is a headphone jack on the side of the microphone, so when you are using it on a smartphone, you still have audio playback. If you want to watch something back, you don't need to unplug it. You can just plug in headphones and listen to it. That is only a feature when you use it with the smartphone. It does not work if you're using it with a camera. One of the biggest gripes that I have with it being a soldered cable is the fact that you cannot disconnect it. So if this cable breaks, which cables do break, you would have to replace this. If you're not within the 2-year warranty of the microphone, you would have to buy a new one. It's a lot easier to get a cable than buy a whole new $60 mic. So one of my biggest gripes is that. Another one is the windscreens with this mic. So the windscreen itself comes in two parts. It comes like this. It comes with a small foam piece and then a small dead cat windscreen piece. And the way that this works is that you take this small foam piece and you put it over one of the microphones and you just squish it on the best that you can. And then you take the windscreen and you somehow find a way to put it on there. I hate this implementation. I really despise it. I just need to get that out of the way. The way that this should be is the way that MOVO did it for, where'd it go? The VXR10. On this microphone, the foam and the windscreen dead cat are one solid piece. On the inside of here is foam, and it has a good amount of room. Like the foam's thick enough and gives it enough room between the dead cat and the microphone to properly break up the sound of the wind. With this, the foam's so small, it leaves no room for the wind to be broken up, let alone the little hairs on it is not enough to break it up. So I was filming with the double mic the other day, and I was by a small pond and it was such a light breeze outside that I couldn't even recognize that it was breezy in any manner. When I got home and watched back the recording, all I could hear was wind, and I had the dead cat on both ends of the microphone. So this is like what I was saying about the microphone before, is you could pick up front and back audio, but it's lightly breezy out. It's not even windy, right?
Yeah.
And it's just overbearing because the windscreen just isn't thick enough. But I'm sure if you were using this in like a studio space or indoors, this microphone would be great for that. But as far as outdoor use goes, it's not that good. MOVO, in a pro or second version, please Can we go back to this like single method of foam and dead cat combination all in one? Like, this is really good, not to mention really easy to put on. So please go back to an implementation like this for that. Now, I understand that this looks huge on this microphone, and if you actually hold on, I have two of the VXR10, so I could put two dead cats on here, and it kind of looks funny. There's you can't even see that there's a microphone in here. It's just one giant fuzzy thing with a shock mount in the middle. I understand that you may not want something this big, but this will break up the wind, so if you're out on a windy or breezy day, you will have clean audio. So this method, please bring that back. One thing I do like about the double mic is that at $60, you still get a hard shell carrying case that when you open it for the first time, you'll find the microphone itself, the dead cats, and the piece that just fell, the Rycote shock mount. Now, this is a huge bonus for this microphone. This shock mount is great because, one, if you break it and you're out of warranty, you can easily buy a replacement from Rycote. The shock mount, like it does, like implied in the name, reduces the amount of shock that the microphone gets. And when you have it on top of the body and stuff and you're moving around all day, you don't get any rattling noise inside the microphone and breaks up the vibration so you don't hear it in the recording. However, one thing I don't like about the case is that to put the microphone in it, you need to remove it from the shock mount, which then runs the risk of possibly breaking it, because that's pretty much the only time I've really broken shock mounts. It's not so much dropping it, that's only happened once, but putting microphones on and off of them is when I've had shock mounts break. But carrying case, so if you want to keep everything organized and you want to keep this in your camera bag or on a shelf when you're not using it, it stays protected. So the final part of this mic that I want to talk about is the part that I brought up in the beginning about the simultaneous recording, the part that I don't like. So when MOVO reached out to me about this microphone and said, hey, we have a new microphone that we're making, it's a double mic, it records front and back, I got really, really excited. Because I wanted a feature like that where I can record front and back audio, but I wanted a way to edit it in post so I can prioritize the front recording over the rear recording and vice versa. So as I'm moving around, I don't get that much audio noise in the background of my recordings. So when I reached out to MOVO back, it's like, hey, does this record to both audios to the left and right channel? And they said, yes, it does. Now, I have a cable adapter, I don't know where it went right now, but I've used it in previous microphone reviews. And what it was is it allowed me to plug in two microphones to one camera. And what the cable would do, it would split the audio between the left and right audio channel. All right, I want to show you guys the process of editing so you can better understand what I mean by having the audio split between the left and right channel. So here in Premiere, I have a video clip from my last video using that cable that split the audio. So the left audio track is much different than the right audio. They're recording the same sound, just one's recording it a lot louder, the right audio. Don't ask me what microphone I was using for that because I can't even remember what microphone was on what side. So now with the clip on the timeline, the way that I would separate so you have two different audio tracks to work with was to take the clip, unlink it from each other, and then duplicate the audio track, right click on the upper one. This is going to be the left audio track. You would go to audio channels and just check left audio for rear right channel. I don't even know how to talk right now. You would go here to the next one, do the same thing, but for the right channel. Do that, link them back together. And now when you go to edit, you have two different audios here. So I can mute this one. You'll hear it in both ears. Sock kind of thing that would. Now if I switch to the other one, mute that one, you can hear the audio difference between the two microphones. That is what I want to see implemented into the double mic. If you're able to do that with one microphone and be able to switch in between the two different audios and just balance them yourself, would make the microphone that much better. You can go back to Other Me now. Now, I understand why MOVO didn't go forward with that method. I imagine someone that's new to filmmaking, getting a microphone, recording with it, and then putting the file in like a Premiere and finding that two different audio channels exist on one video clip would confuse them, and they would probably leave like a bad review. But if you advertise this as a professional microphone, like the MOVO DoubleMic Pro, I can see this microphone being a game changer in the video making field, just audio recording at that price point of like $60, or even if they up the price a little to like $70 or $80, that would be a microphone that I would run all the time. But as of right now, this microphone is not going to replace the VXR10 Pro for me. That's what I'm currently recording with right now. I have it boomed off screen over here. But go with those changes that I recommended. You can really take this microphone from being something that you would recommend to a beginner to someone that wants to really improve their production quality in their vlogs and get better audio. And I really hope that MOVO does make a professional version of this microphone, because that would be my go-to mic that I would use all the time. As of right now, the double mic will not be replacing my VXR10. I'm currently using it boomed off screen over here. But this microphone may fit you. It may fit someone that you know. I do recommend this if you are getting into filmmaking. If you were to choose between this or the VXR10 Pro, I would say get this one right now. Just because this gives you more options. But as of for me, I really do like the bigger windscreen that is on the VXR10 Pro, so I won't be switching for my vlogs, but maybe this microphone's perfect for you. If you want to buy this microphone, there's a link down below to Amazon and MOVO's website where you can pick it up. It is $69.99. No, and it's not. It is $59.99. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.